All right, good to get a win. Great environment here in Orchard Park, Western New York. The fans are outstanding. It's really hard to play when they are like they were today, and so we don't take that for granted. Much appreciated. Great overall win for the organization and the fans, and I thought it was balanced in all three phases. Everybody chipped in. It was a good, disciplined win, which is important. We took care of the football, took the football away, and both O-line, D-line did a good job controlling the line of scrimmage. Special teams answered a little bit for us after they got a score, and so good to get a win. And the preparation all week was what helped us get here.
We talked about during the course of the week Josh's history of responding to situations like Monday.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I thought he went out and actually took what they gave him, and I mean 9 different receivers involved in the thing and ran it very, very well. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would agree. The discipline, like I mentioned, was present really with the whole team, and in particular Josh. And when he does that, when he's willing to take what they give him and take those check downs, and then use his legs as well in a decisive way, he makes it really hard to defend.
Sean, was that approach that you took today, was that baked into the game plan? Were you trying concerted effort to try to take the easy ones, have a controlled passing game rather than take shots downfield?
I think everything in moderation is what the game plan was, and that's the way we have to play. That's how you win games, on the offensive side at least.
So he did that. He took what was there, but he also made Josh plays. You can do both, right?
He's shown that. I mean, today's a great example of that. So yeah, it's a great teacher today. Great teacher.
After the start you had, how big was the Bernard interception? It seemed like that was the script flipper.
Yeah, probably the turning point momentum-wise there. They had a good first drive there, and just situationally we could do some better things. I can put him in a better position as well, and but DQ I think got his hands up and tipped it. If I believe it was DQ, right? Russo, Greg. Okay, yeah. So I mean, again, it's when you affect the quarterback, usually good things happen.
Sean, Josh was up here and he was talking about a week like the days after Monday's game, where he said he appreciates those weeks because it helps him to appreciate the good times and forces him to be better. How much of his bounce back from subpar games is to be attributed to just that mentality that he brings with him?
Yeah, I mean, I think in more than anything, it's humility, and when you approach every week with humility, you start in the right spot mentally, and that's important. Not that he normally doesn't do that, but when you have the games like last week, it forces you to be rather humble. And I know I keep talking about humble and hungry. I just believe in that. And the minute you get out over your skis in this league is the minute you get bit. And again, today's a great teacher.
Coach, your run-pass ratio, was that ideal for you today?
Well, again, I'll tip my hat to our offensive line and our 3 running backs. And I know it's when you have a good running game, it's not just the offensive line and the running backs. It's more than that. The tight ends, the wide receivers have to block. So it's usually a team effort when you have a good day running the football. But it's important that we have that, right? We can be a 2-dimensional offense, pound the ball when we need to pound it. So it's I was proud and pleased to see that. It makes, again, when you can control the line of scrimmage, it makes play calling a lot easier.
Cliche run and stop the run, right? You held him to 55, Jacobs -2. And I know I talked to George about that. It was concerted effort after Hall broke a couple on you last week to kind of button that up.
Yeah, I mean, again, our front played well in the run game, and that's where it's got to start. It starts at the line of scrimmage every week. This is a game that usually comes down to the bigs on both sides of the ball, and those guys don't get their names in the paper all that much, but they're a catalyst for us playing well.
Thanks for saying paper, by the way. That was very nice to hear. Nobody said that.
A shout out for all you writers.
Yeah, particularly those Spencer Brown. I know you got a lot of film, but look, he's going against Crosby most of the day, and you really didn't hear Crosby's name all day long.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, Spencer mentally I thought was really, really tough today, tough to handle, and thought Doris did a good job with the game plan and changing some things up in terms of making sure it wasn't single blocks all the time in terms of being able to chip from time to time with Crosby, who's a heck of a player. And I think, again, everything in moderation, being able to make sure that guy doesn't wreck the game, or the game plan is where you start.
What did you see from Spencer this week? Dion mentioned the working extra time with Aaron Cromer, fundamentally trying to be on task. What did you notice from him this week?
Yeah, I mean, just more than anything, I think it was his mental approach. I really do. I mean, he puts time in physically. He's always done that, and again, he's a young player, but he embraced the challenge, and again, took a very humble approach and mentally tough approach, which not only during the week but also during the game, because when you go against an elite rusher like that or elite player, he's going to win some, but you got to be able to stay in the game mentally.
Spencer said that Kingsley Jonathan was the best Max Crosby he's ever encountered. I mean,
That's how practice should be. Yeah, that's how practice should be. Our guys do a great job this past week in particular. On a short week, we really only had one, full speed practice, really two, Friday, but it was a Friday no padded practice. But that Thursday practice, our defensive line, scout-wise, did a phenomenal job.
What can you say about Matt Milano's instincts and smarts to always just be around the ball and make big plays?
Yeah, you said it. I don't really have anything to add. He loves to play. He plays really hard, and he learns the game plan every week. And remember, this is a guy that played kind of a safety position at BC when we got him. So he's come so far, and he's done a great job.
The offense had three fourth down conversions. Just how important is the trust you have in the offense to pick it up in those spots?
Yeah, I mean, I think we came up short on the one. Was it 4th and goal from the one? So we got some work to do there. But yeah, that's, I wanted to think more about that when I put the field goal unit out there, just, hey, where we were in the game, chance to go up. I think it would have put us up 14. Is that right or no? Beyond that, it would have been, never mind. It's my stats, my analytics. 14-7. You sure on that? No, I'm putting him on the spot. No, but anyway, I thought it was going to be a chance to widen the gap, or go up. I think it was 14 if we would have kicked the field goal, perhaps. I work on it with my stats guy after this, but anyway, I just wanted to think about it because it was a chance to really widen the gap and maybe slam the door right there. And I thought Dorsey, and Josh did a great job and made a great play. Was it Gabe on that? Was that Gabe on that touchdown? It's a heck of a catch right in traffic.
Coach, they don't get as many chances. Khalil Shakir's got one, and he made it. I mean, what's that like? He's fighting to get his snaps, and then he makes a play like that.
Well, you got to be ready. And we talked, I think it was last week, there's different roles when you start a season. And it doesn't mean, just because your role is your role doesn't mean that's all you're capable of. But my challenge and my ask of them was to be ready when their number is called, because it's going to happen. Very rarely do you just play the same, 40-some guys every week or what have you. So you're going to need beyond even 53. So whether it's practice squad or Shakir in this case, we have confidence in all of them, and it's a tip of my cap to him of hey, way to be ready to go, and he made a big play for us.
Coach, how much did that get you fired up to come out at halftime to get that 9-minute drive?
Yeah, you're wearing on them. Those, again, our offensive line did a really good job of wearing on them, and then eventually you wear them down. And I think that's where you see the running game really start to take off late in the game when we're just leaning on them.
How much easier is it for Josh to manage the offense when you have that type of balance?
Yeah, two-dimensional. I mentioned earlier, when you have a two-dimensional approach and you can keep it, and that starts with the line of scrimmage. Yep.
Question on Osiris Torrance, his play on being a rookie on that offensive line.
Yeah, it doesn't say much at all. He goes about his business and makes sure he's prepared every week. He's done a good job to this point.
Sean, what have you seen out of Greg Rousseau so far through 2 games? It seems like he's taking this game to another level.
Well, I think he's playing more. He's playing more nasty, and that's what you got to do. He's always had the finesse part. Now he's starting to bake in some nastiness to his game.
Is that something that comes with time, or the fact that he's around veterans like Leonard Floyd and Von Miller?
Yeah, Bill, I would say definitely their leadership, Von's leadership, Leonard. Leonard's a nasty player, even though he's not quite a big player. He's certainly athletic, but he's a nasty physical player. And then Greg really just continually always trying to improve his game. He's just very curious about the game, and he works extremely hard at it.
Sean, controlling the time of possession as you did, they only had 3 possessions in the second half. How hard is it for an offense when they're standing on the sidelines 9, 12, 15 minutes in real time?
For an offense?
For their offense, when
Yeah.
they're off the field such great lengths of time.
Well, that's the greatest defense there is, right? Is when our offense is controlling the clock and controlling the game, starting at the line of scrimmage. I think that's you watch Super Bowls over the years, and you're saying, hey, when those elite quarterbacks who usually play in the Super Bowl, when that other offense can keep that other quarterback on the sideline, that's the best defense you've got. All right, good. Thank you.
Thanks, John.